I'm very excited about my new coffee grinder. It is a Tuni G3. It's a flat burr coffee grinder. It has 100 different grind settings, so you can dial in for espresso, for pour over, for your French press, and everywhere in between. It's super flexible with that. It has timers for single and double shot, depending on how many grams of beans you weigh. It includes everything here except the portafilter, but you get a single dose hopper. You get a larger hopper if you want to do multiple doses at a time. Get a couple cleaning brushes with it to keep the machine clean. You get this little container for the beans. And then here is the top of the grinder. You have 100 different settings from fine to coarse. And the manual gives you suggestions for where to start. You can dial in all your grind from there. It uses 64mm flat burrs, which are supposed to help with grind consistency and also reduce heat buildup so it doesn't taint the flavor of your coffee as much. And it's really easy to get to and clean. I'm going to be grinding espresso, and it recommends between 0 and 15. I'm going to put it at 5 to start and see what that looks like. Super easy to use. You just turn on the machine. You have a single or a double shot button, and each of those has a default set of time for the timer of the grinder, and you can add or take away time as needed. It does give you some recommendations in the manual as well. I have about 18 grams of coffee, which is a sweet spot for my coffee maker, my portafilter. And it recommends for the double shot between 12 and 15 seconds. So I'm going to try 15 just to make sure I get everything ground. For this, I'm also just going to use the single hopper, which is just this piece right here. It fits nice and snug into the top of the grinder here. And all I'm going to do is pour the beans up top. I'm going to have them grind into my portafilter. The awesome thing about this hopper is after you're done, you put the cap on here and you can push the residual grounds to make sure you get all of it out and keep your machine clean. Very nice feature. All right, so let's get ready to pull this shot. I got my portafilter locked into place. Let me show you how nicely this little stand is. It's got a hook to keep this from not going anywhere when you grind your coffee. I got about 18 grams of beans. I have the grind setting on 5 right now for espresso. Your mileage may vary depending on your beans and your machine. Between 0 and 15 is what they recommend for espresso. So I just put them in the hopper, and I'm gonna do a double shot because that's what I'm going for. Press it again to get started. And there you go. You could always dial in the timing if you need to. I had 15 seconds. Might need a little less as you saw for this, but it's really easy to adjust after you set if you want a single or a double shot. So now I'm just gonna tap the rest of that, make sure it all fits in the portafilter, and then I'm going to clear out the rest of the grinder so we don't have any residue on the burrs there. And there we go. It looks pretty nice to me. Trying out the grind on some other settings. This is on 60, which would be for a pour over, so it's a bit more coarse. Pretty good, nice and consistent. It's a nice little grind. And then finally, at 100, the most coarse grind setting for your French press. If you're in the market for a super versatile, really well built flat burr grinder, definitely check out the Tuni G3. Happy grinding.